So this is Johnny 555, and I am here with Bryan. How are you, Bryan?
Yeah, I'm doing really good, man. It's a wonderful day outside here for once in the Netherlands. So, I'm actually just literally walked inside for this interview. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here.
That's awesome, bro. Were you working out?
No, no, no. I already worked out this morning. It's like 6 p.m. over here. So, it's been a long day already. Already did some work, already worked out, the whole stuff. And now I'm all ready to do the interview. So, I'm good.
That's awesome, bro. And here it's what, like 10 in the morning. I'm just waking up, man. No, it's actually 9 in the morning. I'm just waking up.
That difference has got to be there, man. It's the way it goes.
That's
Keeps us
the way it goes, man. All right. So, Bryan, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your current weight and height?
Right now, I'm 6'3", so about 190 centimeters. I'm not sure where most of the audience is from. I'm European, so I measure in centimeters. But so I think it's about 6'3", somewhere along those lines.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm
think so.
like 100 kg, so I think it's like 220 pounds, 220 pounds, somewhere along those lines. So I'm actually doing a bit of a cut at the moment, so I'm a bit lighter than I already was. So I weighed at the top of my bulk, I was like 110, so a lot heavier.
That's awesome, bro. How long you been working out?
I think I started like actually taking working out seriously when I was I think like 17, so about 6 years now.
Hmm.
I'm 23 right now, almost turning 24 in 2 months. So yeah, about 6, 7 years, so somewhere along those lines.
That's awesome, bro. And you have an amazing physique, man. So whatever you're doing is definitely working out for you.
Yeah, I mean, it helps that it's also literally my job. I'm a personal trainer, I'm a personal coach, so it really helps to me that it's literally my day job. So I'm kind of getting paid to stay in shape. So I
That's
mean,
awesome, bro. So, and for those who are just joining, and then for the others who gonna see the video later on today, so Bryan is a personal trainer. So all his social medias are in the video description, including the Patreon. I was so confused with that website.
yeah, yeah, it's like a Patreon account. It's basically just like a membership website because obviously, as my account keeps growing, which is awesome, I have less and less time to respond to everyone. So when I have like a membership website, I'm always sure that I can respond to everyone's message. That's
That's
basically the
awesome.
whole. And I post like some extra content, like workout content, tips, whatever, meal plans, all on there.
That's awesome, bro. And you also just created a YouTube account, right?
Yeah, I've been doing YouTube for I think I started like in March, so about 2 to 3 months. Then I'm
Oh,
actually
perfect.
being consistent with YouTube. I posted like some videos like in October, but then I posted for like 2 videos and not post for like 3 weeks, some other videos. So now I've actually been consistent for like 3 months.
That's awesome, bro. So what kind of content you're posting? It's just like working out tips or some
Yeah, it's
routines?
out mostly workouts, just fitness related stuff, fitness tips, like the little mental stuff, diet tips, the whole basically everything that has to do with health and fitness. That's my thing.
That's awesome, bro. And also your channel is also tagged on this video. So if people wants to follow you, guys, feel free to follow Bryan. So his social medias, including YouTube, is on the description of the video.
Yeah, it's always
All right.
want to join the crew, then be my guest.
Awesome, bro. Hey, Bryan, so why do you work out? What's the reason behind?
Yeah, I kind of started I think I started in like the most basic way possible, basically. I think most guys can relate to this as well. When you're like in high school, you kind of just want to get a little bit bigger, you want to you're going through puberty, you want to be bigger, you want to impress girls as well. That's like one of the reasons that I started working out as well. But to be fair, I loved it from the beginning. I've always been like an athlete type of person. I've always played football or soccer for American people. Basically, did every sport you can imagine.
Wow.
It's the only one that actually kind of stuck with that I'm actually still doing to this day because I just loved it so much.
That's awesome. So you love sports. You like sports.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, like I said, I basically played like every sport. Not like on a high level or anything, but just recreationally every now and then. I used to play like basketball, baseball, everything basically that had a ball including in it, except for tennis. I'm very
Okay.
bad at that's not for me. But yeah, basically played most sports and like track as well. Did everything that I love to do, and now fitness is the only one that actually stuck with me for all those years. And that's actually the only one that I'm still doing, and swimming as well. That's the only one that stuck with me as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I like swimming. I
Yeah,
actually learned. I,
I always go like outside, swimming like a lake. Basically, do that year round. In the summer, it's a lot nicer than it is in the winter time,
yeah,
but it help with my immune system being healthy throughout the winter because here in the Netherlands it can get like kind of cold, and a lot of people tend to get sick here during winter time. So it kind of helps me stay, healthy, not getting sick, and the whole stuff. So that's good.
that's awesome, bro. I actually learned how to swim in the gym, man.
I learned gym. Yeah.
In the gym, so because they have pools, and because I
Uh,
didn't know how to swim, and I kind of practiced until I learned how to swim.
okay, so yeah, oh, yeah, you had like a gym, like a pool at the gym.
Hmm.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, they should do that here more. A lot of gyms here don't have pools.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at least not the ones I'm going to. So, or
Oh,
my
okay, okay.
well,
Yeah,
yeah,
maybe I'm not sure about the other gym, but the ones that I go to, they have pools. I'm pretty sure not all of them have, but it's always handy, right, and helpful.
it's always helpful. Yeah, swimming is just awesome. It helps you recover. You feel great, and it's also pretty easy to do because you can just kind of float through the water, which is nice.
and
Nice
and that
beating yourself up with weights.
so Brian, so swimming helps. Is that like a cardio?
Yeah. For me, it's like cardio. I tend to do cardio about 2 to 3 times a week, and one of my things is doing like swimming, and the other stuff is just making sure that I do go for like walks or whatever. I'm not really a big runner. Don't like running, so I might do like a little cardio workout somewhere later during the day, or I might just go for like a walk or whatever in my lunchtime as cardio. But you'll never see me like running down the street or whatever because that's just not my thing. Really don't like it. Hate it basically. So
That's awesome, bro. So let me look at some of the comments. I see people joining already. I don't want to be mean and ignore them.
it's your
So,
channel. Respectful to the people joining.
no, thank you for being with us, man. We're gonna learn so much from you, bro. I can assure you that.
No,
So
I
we
hope
have
so.
Andreas. How are you, bro? Gary, Grave, Love, and Handsome. Gary. Then we have SG, Gary, Martin, Filippo, Deborah. What other language do you speak besides English?
Well, I speak Dutch, obviously, because I am Dutch. So I speak Dutch and I speak like a little bit of Spanish, but not a lot. So
Oh, really? Well, Spanish is my main language, so
yeah, Spanish is still something I'm learning. I'm basically like at the Duolingo level of Spanish. So I'm trying, but I'm slowly learning over time and hoping to be able to speak Spanish like fluently in like maybe a year or two. But kind of working
that,
on it.
that's awesome, bro. Can you say something to us in Dutch in your main language?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. What do you want to hear?
Something about your story. Something about you. Let's you know.
Yeah, sure. I'll just introduce myself in Dutch. It'll be
Sure,
fine.
perfect.
Mijn naam is dus Bryan. Ik ben 23 jaar en ik hou heel erg veel van fitness en sporten. En op die manier probeer ik altijd een beetje fit te blijven en mensen te leren hoe alles werkt.
That's awesome, bro. I the only part that I understood was introducing your name. My name is Brian,
Yeah,
and
it's
then I didn't hear the rest. I didn't
yeah,
understand.
really easy. Basically, all I said was, "My name is Bryan. I'm 23 years old. I love working out, and I hope to make sure that I can learn you guys something about fitness as well."
That's awesome, bro. So, bro, what workout routines would you recommend for bigger bicep? What's working out for you?
Well, for biceps, what I tend to do at the moment is I have one actual arm day during the week, and just one day where I train my back and my biceps just after my back workout. So I make sure that I train it about twice a week now, and I've pretty much always kind of been that way, and that's what works for me so far. Just training my biceps twice. One I just do like two, maybe three exercises after my back workout, and one is like one actual full arm day where I train my triceps and my biceps like separately.
That's awesome, bro. And what about for chest?
Kind of like the same thing. I train my chest. Like I have one chest day, which I combine with triceps as well. So basically, one full chest day with a little bit of triceps at the end of the workout. And then I also have like a shoulder day where I do like 1 to 2 chest exercises at the end of my shoulder workouts, to get like the amount of sets that I need in order to grow.
That's awesome, bro. So when you first started doing your exercises, like at the beginning, way at the
Yeah.
beginning, how long did it take you to see results? Months,
Uh,
weeks, years?
well, years of at the end of the day, it's years of hard work. But to be fair, I think I start seeing results like after a couple of weeks. I do have pretty good genetics for gaining size, so that was something that really helped me out along the way. And then using the right training program along on top of that, basically just at like the beginning skyrocketed my progress. So I went from like 80 kg to about 90, 93 kg pretty fast,
Hmm.
and kind of stuck there for like a long time. And then at some point I started, actually bulking up a bit and all the way up to 110. And now I like about 100 kg. So kind of sticking here. This is where I'm comfortable right now. But yeah, I think maybe like a couple of weeks before I actually saw some changes in my body. But I was never like really like fat to begin with or anything. So I had like a pretty good base.
That's awesome, bro. I also tend to gain weight pretty fast, but not in a good way, man.
Okay. I do, for me, gaining weight is actually like something that I have to work towards. I'm naturally more skinny, so if I don't eat, I basically lose weight like at an incredibly fast pace.
Wow.
Yeah, because once I tried to like shred down for the summer, it's like a challenge to see who could do it like the fastest, and I can literally lose like 20 kg in like 2 months. It's insane.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah, it's ridiculous,
It's
but
it,
it's
it
yeah,
is it's impressive how body works different for everyone, huh? Like
yeah.
whatever
But
you do
about
affects
it,
you differently.
gaining the weight back is the problem. So I have to start eating like basically force feeding myself in order to gain the weight again.
Huh. So Brian, so you're a personal trainer.
Yeah.
Tell us, in your opinion, why is it important for beginners to get a personal trainer?
Well, I think because the main reason is because obviously, at least if you're like me, when you're starting out, you don't really know what you're doing. That was the case for me, at least. I just, saw some workouts on Instagram or just, thought this is an exercise. Let's just train chest and see whatever happens. And the thing about it is, what I've noticed with my clients and what I've noticed with myself as well is that once you start to hire someone like a coach or a trainer, they basically just pick the right exercises for you and the right routine for you, which basically makes your progress so much faster. It's like a little life hack, basically.
Hmm.
It's almost like eating. That's why it's so good.
That's awesome, bro. That's no, and the thing is that you're right on that. Like when you're a beginner, because I haven't been doing workouts for a long time. I just pretty much started, and
Mm.
it's weird because when you first starting, you don't know. Like you see people working out, and you try to do the same thing, but like for me, for example, I feel like I'm doing them wrong. Like when I try to do it myself, when it's something new.
Yeah, that happens a lot to a lot of people, and that's why hiring a trainer, especially in the beginning, can really help you make like a good base. And then obviously later on, you can do it by yourself once you start to gain some more experience and actually know what you're doing. But in the beginning, just learning everything and going through the movements, knowing what muscles you should use and how to use them, what kind of programming works well. Because if you just start out, you're just basically doing something, just throwing together some muscle groups and see whatever happens. And it basically just saves you all the time that you would have made making mistakes otherwise. So you don't have to make all those mistakes that someone else has already made.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. So I know you already explained a little bit about your page, but do you want to explain us a little bit more, like how do you sign up and what are we expecting from your website?
I have like a website and a Patreon. So which
Yeah.
one do you like, the Patreon or my actual website?
Also, you have two.
Yeah. I have like a website which is basically for like the coaching stuff, where you can buy like programs and coaching. And I
Oh,
have,
okay.
have like a Patreon, which is basically where I post extra content that I don't post on my Instagram, for example.
Oh, okay. When I was looking at your page, I saw the Patreon one, but I didn't see your page.
Yeah, my website is like like in my little link tree. It's like the program/coaching button. Basically, that's my website. But my
Okay.
page is basically how it works. Is you subscribe. It's like a smaller amount than obviously getting a personal coach. And the reason that I made one as well is because obviously not everyone can always afford to hire like a personal trainer. So I figured that if I just have like a membership website with lower fees that basically don't have me be your actual personal coach, so I have like one-on-one calls with you and have phone calls and progress pictures and whatever, but just making sure that I post all the content on there that you need in order to still achieve your goals. You can maybe do it for like a lower fee and actually your goals. That's basically the whole idea behind my Patreon account. So I post like meal plans on there for people so they know what kind of foods they should be eating in order to gain some muscle or lose weight. I post like little tips and exercises or form tutorials on how you should do certain exercises so you don't screw your back up, for example. Those kinds of things is what's happened on my Patreon. And then you can join for like a couple bucks and just make sure that you kind of have me like your personal coach, but not actual personal coach, if that makes sense.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. So I'm gonna have to check your page out. I only checked the Patreon one, but on the link on the video on the description of this video, there is your link tree. So if you say that it's on your link tree, everyone can check that out.
Okay, yeah, because it's like the program slash coaching on my link tree, basically.
Okay, perfect. I'll check it out. So Brian, so you're a personal trainer, but and a fitness influencer, right? So if you
Well,
could,
I'm trying to be.
you're trying.
Yeah, I'm
Whoa.
trying hard, yeah.
So it'll be a really good question for you then. So if you could work out with one fitness influencer, who would
Hmm.
that be? Do you have anyone in mind?
Easily Chris Bumstead, 100%, yeah.
Everyone keeps saying that.
He's such an awesome guy. It's insane. He's so cool. It's just like the most humble guy ever. The guy's basically become like an actual celebrity by now. He has like 20 million Instagram followers, and he's just such a humble dude. It's ridiculous.
That's awesome. Have you met him before or no?
No, never. And I would love to though at some point maybe. So maybe if I keep growing, I might actually meet him at an expo someday. But it would be awesome. I would definitely love to work out with him if I had to pick anyone.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I had someone else in mind, but I think he has come to Los Angeles to LA for a few expos. I think I have to
Hmm.
verify, but I think so. That's awesome, bro. So how important is stretching before working out, in your
Um,
opinion?
well, in my opinion, I personally don't. So for me, it's not that important. I can imagine if you're like very stiff on your own, like you basically have zero mobility, then of course do some mobility work and make sure everything's moving properly. But if you're kind of like me, I'm pretty flexible for myself, and I just basically do a couple of warm up sets where I go through like a full range of motion just to make sure everything's opened up and all the muscles are firing the way they're supposed to. So
Hmm.
basically, like 1 to 2 warm up sets before I start actually doing the exercise. So that's kind of how I do it.
That's awesome, bro. That's pretty awesome. So now let's start to the fun part. Remember that I told you that I was gonna put you through some fun situations in the gym. All right. So you ready for them?
Of course, just hit me. I'm curious. Let me know what's up.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you 10 questions.
Go
Five
for
are gonna be called basically "What's your reaction," and
it.
the other five would be called like "Have you ever?" Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So the first one, what's your reaction? You are working out on the treadmill or any other machine in the gym, and the
Yeah.
person next to you smells.
Ooh, that's
What
a
do you do?
that is a pretty depends. How many sets do I have left?
I don't know, but let's say that you just started.
Yeah, then I would probably just yeah, I would still do my exercise, but I would complain the whole time. But that's basically it. I would just complain the whole time about it. Like you can't just tell someone that they smell. At least I don't think so. But yeah, I would probably
I
just
don't think
still
so.
complain the whole way through.
I know, man, and that would be uncomfortable because it happens, man. Let's be honest, it happens in the
Oh
gym.
yeah, it happens. Yeah, some people. I'm like, I know I work out in the morning, but I'm like, I know it's morning, but you don't have to smell that bad. You just woke up. It's really bad.
Well, the good thing is that you said that when you go to the gym, it's in the early in the morning, so there's not much people, right?
Yeah, that definitely does help. So it
That
doesn't
does
happen
help.
often. But I can imagine that if you go to the gym in like the evening periods and it's like there's like 100 people there or something, a lot of people them are probably gonna smell. So I can imagine that it happens to a lot of people.
Oh man, that's funny. It has happened, man. Okay, so second question, what's your reaction? Someone wants to use the equipment you're using, and they ask if they can work out with you.
Oh yeah, that's never a problem. I don't mind at all. If you want to work out, at least like if, well, let's say for example, as long as it's the same exercise, I'm fine with it. But
Hmm,
some people are like, let's say you're on a pack deck, and then they want to do like reverse flies, and then they have to change the whole machine the whole time. Then it's a no. But if you just want to do the pack deck as well, then go for it. Be my guest. Just move in between. I have to rest anyway, so do your thing.
that's awesome, bro. That so if I see you in the gym, I will probably approach you, but you're too far.
It's a long trip, It's about 9 hour time difference, so it's a long one.
I know. All right, third question. What's your reaction? You just got to the gym and all the equipment is in use. I'm pretty sure you don't run into that pretty often, but
No, that's luckily for me that almost never happened. It did happen to me like once or twice when I just went for like I met up with someone for like an evening workout. But what I try to do in that case is I try to find like a universal machine. So I basically claim like a Smith machine or something and just stick with it the whole way through. Just do my workout there. Just basically hog a machine for like an hour and then just leave.
yeah, the thing is that for me, like at the time when I go to the gym like after work, and
Yeah,
by that time, it's always packed. So
yeah,
always packed.
I know. That's one of the reasons why I stopped going at later during the day. It just sucks for me. I can't do it. I get so annoyed when I just want to use something and it's taken the whole time.
I
So
know.
nowadays I just work out at like 6:30, and for me that's great. I never have to ask someone if I can work in. All the machines are always available. It's just awesome.
That's awesome, bro. So this is a funny question. So number four. So you want to use this equipment and there is a sweaty guy using it. He leaves, but he doesn't clean the machine.
One, that's pretty disgusting. But secondly, that's just disgusting. But to be fair, I would probably just wipe it off and start using the machine anyway. I'm already working out. I'm already sweating anyway. Who cares? Just go for it. Mm.
It happens, bro.
If
It
if that's
happens.
if that's something that if you're watching this and it's something you do, don't clean your stuff. It's important. But if it happens, I'll just use the machine anyway.
I know. People, please do that. People, clean your machine.
Clean your stuff. It's disgusting.
Especially you're sweating, because that's why you go to the gym, to sweat. So it's normal that you're gonna be sweating.
Use a towel or clean your stuff.
But
It's not.
all right. So fifth question. So you're working out and there is this person staring at you all the time and super obvious.
Well, that actually does happen to me every now and then. But to be fair, I just don't care. I just continue on with my workout. I kind of ignore it because it doesn't really matter if you stare because I can just look forward and not look at you. So I just focus on my workout and continue anyway.
That's funny. Well, that's the good thing that you just ignore them. Because other
Yeah,
people
because
like
staring back, it turns into like a staring competition, and it's just really awkward. So you're better off just focusing on your actual workout instead of just going into like a staring competition.
yeah. No, I think ignoring would be that's a really a good idea. Because some others that I have interviewed, they do that. Like someone said, like I will stare back and be like,
Yeah, but I don't see the point in doing so. It costs me time, which I don't want. I don't want to waste my time. And if you want to stare, just go for it. It's a free country. It's a free place. Do your thing.
that's funny. All right. So moving on to the other five questions. Have you ever gone all the way to the gym and realized you forgot your headphones?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. Well, I've actually forgotten my headphones a couple times, and also, which is in my opinion even more painful, is when you put them on and you realize you forgot to charge them.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times as well. That's the worst because then you put on your like in my case I put on like my AirPods and I'm just like you hear the little sound, like it's empty, and by that point I'm just already like I'm done.
Yeah. You know what? That happened to me actually like 2 days ago. I went to the gym and I had my earbuds on my backpack. And when I got all the way to the gym and cleaned my machine and everything, and I was ready to start listening to my music and do my cardio, it was not turning on. And then I look at the case and I'm like dead. I'm like, oh no.
I messed up so bad. That's how it goes. But luckily for me, because I go that early, I actually always have like a charger in my bag, so I kind of just plug them in and do like my warming up, and then I just plug them back out, and then they're charged at least enough to work out. So I kind of cheat the system a bit.
Huh, that's awesome. I don't think we have that in our gym. I haven't seen any electrical plug.
I also don't even know if it's allowed, but I just do it anyway because there's no. I just plug it in and I just go work out already, and I pick it up in like 10 minutes when I'm done with everything, and then I know I didn't have music for my first exercise, but the later ones I do. So
Yeah. So it's charged. If they say anything, it's already charged. So
yeah,
all
of
right.
course.
So second question. Have you ever gone all the way to the gym and realized you forgot to wear deodorant?
I'm sure I have, but to be fair, I kind of have like my basic morning routine, which I always do apply deodorant. So I think I'm pretty good on this part, and I hope I'm not bothering other people in the gym with my smell. But I think that I think I'm doing pretty solid on this one. So maybe once or twice, but not too often.
That's awesome, bro. So it did happen to me once or twice, maybe. So now what I'm doing is that I carry my a spray on my car on my backpack just in case.
Yeah, yeah. I also always have like a little bit of like a deodorant or like a perfume somewhere in my car. So just in case something happens, I just have one available at all times.
Yep. All right. So number three. Have you ever wanted to punch someone in the face only because they gave you an advice on how to properly do an exercise?
Um, no, because I can kind of understand why they're doing it. But to be fair, I have sometimes been incredibly annoyed because obviously it's my job. So I know what I'm doing. And then when someone who's like obviously just doing some random stuff at the gym tells me like, oh, you're supposed to do this exercise this way, works way better. I do get kind of annoyed because it's literally my job and I know how the exercise is supposed to look, or I even know a way to perform it better than the basic way, and then they just annoy me and with some complaints or with some questions or just some advice that just doesn't work at all. So that does annoy me. Yeah.
I know, bro. Especially if you see like the who's coming from, right? Like if that person it's not really in good shape, but it's giving you advice on how to do something, and you like, look at you, you look
Yeah,
good,
advice, at least be in better shape. That's then
right? Or
yeah,
something. No?
at least be
All
in
right,
better shape, and then you're allowed to give me advice. Then it's okay,
then it's okay.
and I can take it.
All right. So, have you ever used the gym's mirror to check someone out?
Yeah, of course.
I think everyone has.
I think that has. I mean, that's like basic gym stuff, right? I mean, if you're there, especially when you just start working out and you're like 15, 16, 17, and there's like a cute girl somewhere, of course you're going to use the mirror to check her out. I mean, that's basic common sense.
You know, I'm impressed that pretty much everyone is open to say this stuff. Because I have interviewed a lot of people, and every time when I ask this question, they're like, "Yes, I have." Like no one has said no.
No, but I can't imagine someone actually not having done this. I mean, it's like even if there's some random dude and it was like huge, you're gonna check him out in the mirror. You're like, what's going on here? You use mirrors to check out people all the time,
Yup.
even if
Okay.
it's at like how bad their form is or something. Then you don't want to stare at them directly. You use the mirror, so you always use the mirror to check people out.
To check people out, of course. And I
Yeah,
think that would be better than instead of staring at someone like because
yeah,
you can make people uncomfortable. So
exactly. But you do always have to remember the rule, and that is if you can see their eyes, they can see yours as well. So always have to be careful of what you
yeah,
do.
make sure they don't see you.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Have you ever run out of hot water at home and gone all the way to the gym just to take a shower?
No, no, I actually never have. Because I most of the time shower at home anyway. So, and I don't really care if the water's cold. So I'm fine with it anyway. Because if the water's cold, bad luck for me. I'll just take a cold shower today and we'll move on today.
That's awesome, bro. And Daniel, he's like deodorant for the win.
I mean, he's
And
right.
Andreas, stay healthy and keep the spirit to archive better tomorrow for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
I definitely do
That's
agree with.
awesome.
But
That's
he's definitely
awesome.
a deodorant for the win.
I know, right?
You gotta wear deodorant, man. It's like a basic life necessity,
Yeah. Hey,
especially in countries.
hey, Brian, have you ever competed before?
No, no, I actually have never competed before. I am maybe looking to do so like later on. But for now, no ambitions or no specific competition that I actually want to join. But I do want to compete at someday. If it's powerlifting, then it's going to be powerlifting, or if it's going to be bodybuilding, it's going to be bodybuilding. I just want to do it. I think both just once for the whole experience. And maybe I'll actually like it. I don't know, but I do want to try it at least once to see how it goes, how it works, and the whole just basically go through the whole experience.
Yeah. And you should, bro. I think you do pretty good. You have an amazing physique, man. So
Yeah,
definitely you know what you're doing, and you should do it. If you want to do it, you should do it, man.
yeah, I'd love to try at least bodybuilding someday because I think mentally a bodybuilding prep is way more challenging than a powerlifting prep. Because as a powerlifter, you can still kind of like have a cheat meal every now and then if you really want to, or basically not care about your food as much. And if you're going for like a bodybuilding prep, you're low on calories, you're hungry all the time. It's like all the physical effects that it actually has on your body. I think would make it like way more challenging. So I think that will be fun to try at least once.
That's awesome, bro. Hey, I don't think I asked you how old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Perfect. So young and full of knowledge.
That's cool. Yeah, I always keep learning. You never know. Someone else might know something you don't, and there's always something you can learn and apply to your own fitness. Because every now and then you might catch on to someone who gives like a little tip, and you never tried it before, and it works great. So you never know.
Yep. Awesome, bro. So my last question before we end up the live, and thank you for being with us. It was pretty
Of course.
fun. So my last question, can you give some tips and advice for beginners, for those people that are just starting in the fitness world?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think that the main thing that you always want to take into account is before you start doing anything is fix your diet first. Because you can train all you want, but if your diet's terrible, you're never gonna get anywhere at all. So fix your diet first. Do some research on food. Start learning to track your foods, like your protein, carbs, all that stuff. Like download my Fitness Pal or whatever calorie tracking app you want to use, but get one and learn how it works. Learn how calories work and learn how your body works. Because then you're gonna see much more progress. Yeah, just because you know how food works. And secondly, is at least buy a program. Don't just do stuff randomly. Get someone that actually knows what they're doing. Buy like one program. Doesn't have to be expensive. You can also get some free ones from like bodybuilding.com, I think. But at least get a program that you can actually follow the program and see what it does for you. Because if you're gonna freestyle your workouts, you're just gonna see less results. I think
That's
those are
all.
the main things that I think everyone should be doing. And I think if you cover those two things, everyone should be fine. Fix your food and get a good program. Then the results are going to be insane.
Bro, I think I know where I'm failing, man. The number one that you mentioned, food. Food is my weakness, man.
I think personally think that for me, I've learned pretty well how to handle the stuff, but I think food is the most difficult part for most people. Training is fun, so everyone training is always fun to do. So you just go anyway. But having to eat like rice, chicken, and broccoli instead of pizza is not fun. So it's way more difficult. So learning how food works and what works for your body and how you can make like good meals that actually taste pretty decent as well. To actually get in shape is like the more difficult but more important part as well.
Yep, definitely, bro. Well, we're gonna end up our live. I know it's early here, but it's late on your time. So, but thank you for being with us, bro. I really appreciate it. We
Yeah,
learned so much today.
yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
time to dinner as well.
And for those who are just joining in, and then for the others who are gonna look at the video later on today, if you wanna follow Brian, his social medias are on the video description. There is a link tree for all his programs. So if you can support him, that would be great. And if you wanna learn more, just reach out to him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, everyone's always welcome to join. And if you want to learn more, you can send me a DM on Instagram or somewhere else, maybe in the YouTube comments. That's fine. I tend to read those as much as I possibly can, so there's a big chance I'll get back to you anyway.
Perfect. And even though I have your social medias, your Instagram on the description of the video, do you want to say it out loud so people can also, like, some people it's get kind of difficult for them to like look at the description. So if you want to say it aloud.
Yeah, sure. My Instagram is Bryan VS17. So that's basically my Instagram profile. And my YouTube is just Bryan V and then my last name, so Stein, which is going to be difficult for Americans to pronounce, but that's my last name. But it's in the description or it's in the title, so I'm sure you'll be able how to spell it just fine. And that's basically it. It's a Dutch last name, so don't try to make any sense of it.
Awesome, bro. So let's end up with some postings. Can you do some postings?
Yeah, of course, yeah, sure. Like the front double bicep stuff.
Well, you
You
said that
also
you haven't competed before, but if you were competed, how would you post?
well, if I would, I think I would do like classic. So I hope that's. I think I would do like that kind of stuff. You have like, and I'm kind of like leaning out now, so I'm hoping it works out. But you have like your tricep poses because I've never really practiced triceps or like poses in general much. So
Okay.
it's like if I were to compete, I would definitely have to practice poses more because I have no clue how to do them at all. Yeah, front lat spread as well, which is like somewhere along these lines.
Yep. Pretty much those. That's one of the ones they do.
Yeah, that thing that and like most muscular, that kind of stuff. But I would definitely have to learn how to pose before I compete because I'm very terrible at it.
It's funny because I just learned that for those who are just competing, that I thought you would pick a pose, but no, they tell you like what poses you should be doing.
Yeah, you're on stage and they actually tell you what kind of poses you should be hitting. So you have to know all of them and know how it works and actually be able to perform them properly, which is a problem for me because I don't know all of them and I also don't know how to do them properly. So I would definitely have to hire a coach before I actually compete in like a bodybuilding show because I have no clue.
Hey, someone just posted something funny. They're like, se parece a Canelo. That you look like one of the five boxing. His name is Canelo. I don't know his full name, but now that they mentioned it, you kind of look like him, bro.
I don't know. I actually have no clue who it is. So it might be.
I'll send you the picture through the DM. That was
Yeah, sure.
funny.
I'm actually pretty curious because I'm kind of curious who my lookalike is. Of
That's funny, bro. Well, thank you so much for being with us. It was
course.
fun. It was
Yeah,
fun, and then
nice collab.
we'll see you soon.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, if you want to do it again, or maybe want to teach someone else something, of course you can always invite me for a live stream. I'm always down to chat and learn people new things. So if you ever want to get your followers some more knowledge, just let me know.
Awesome. All right, bro. Well, take care. All right. Have a good night.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. The weather's still nice, so I'm probably just gonna go back outside.
Awesome, bro. All right. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Take care.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.